On April 6th, Badgerland Birding posted an April Migration Challenge video. They created a bingo-style birding challenge to check off within the month. My goal was to complete the full card with footage for each box. I knew some of these would be more difficult than others, but I was up for the challenge. I had a blast going for this challenge as it led to me visiting many habitats and seeing several new lifers. This first bird inhabits open prairies with very little understory vegetation. It's a state-threatened species that we were given permission to view. It'll be checking off my eBird rarity box. The burrowing owl. Unlike other owls, burrowing owls are often diurnal, meaning they are active during the daytime. It was a cloudy, rainy day, and I wanted to maintain a respectable distance from the bird, so I didn't get the best footage, but was still thrilled to briefly view it. Next up is a very vocal species that I'll be checking off the cavity nester box. The great crested flycatcher. This next one I knew would be a challenge for me, but managed to get a quick video. The ruby-throated hummingbird. Unfortunately, I was unsuccessful at getting more footage of it. For the finch box, I went with the only one I could, the house finch. I even got to watch a male try to attempt to serenade a female, but she wasn't having it. Brush it off, it'll be alright. The next box I checked off was the nesting activity box, where I got some great footage of a killdeer nesting on eggs. I look forward to them hatching and hopefully we'll get some good footage of the chicks. Here in Florida, we have several herons to choose from. I decided to go with a personal favorite, the tricolored heron. This next bird was a lifer for me and satisfied the sandpiper box. The spotted sandpiper, known for its constant tail bobbing. For the next couple of birds, I decided to take a trip to the coast. To complete the tern box, I was able to get another lifer, the least tern. Appropriately named, the least tern is the smallest North American tern. Throughout the challenge, I saw many birds with colors in their name, but I decided to go with a lifer for me, the black-bellied plover. Although I already saw several lifers, I wanted to complete the challenge without any repeated birds. Therefore, for the lifer box, I decided to use the short-billed dowitcher. A species that was not a lifer, but instead a first of the year for me, was the sanderling. Patience allowed one to come really close to me and get one of my favorite shots. The last species for my trip to the coast was a snowy egret. I've always loved how their feet look like they were dipped in yellow paint. The next 4 species led me to a dairy farm, where the non-native category was easily checked off with rock pigeons. This time of year, there aren't many sparrows around in Florida anymore, but I managed to get footage of a few savannas. With migration, there has been a lot of really cool warbler species migrating through. However, I came short of getting footage of some of the less common ones and had to use a very common species, the palm warbler, which, like the spotted sandpiper, loves to constantly bop its tail. The next box and last box I completed at the farm was the dove species. I decided to show footage of 3 doves all seen at the farm: the mourning dove, Eurasian collared dove, and common ground dove. For the next few species, I birded Watermelon Pond, a wildlife and environmental area that's open to the public. For the color blue box, I saw another lifer, the blue grosbeak, which loved singing its song as the sun began to rise. On the property are breeding pairs of American kestrels, which helped me check off the falcon box. Beautiful lighting allowed me to get some awesome footage for the thrush box, the eastern bluebird. I had several woodpeckers to choose from, but decided to go with the red-headed woodpecker. I returned to Sweetwater Wetland Park, the park I was at in my last video of the Christmas bird count, with my main goal of seeing a grebe. But first, I was able to check off the hawk box with some red-shouldered hawks. I was worried about the grebe box, as this time of year their numbers become less frequent, but luckily, after skimming through several other wildlife, I was able to find a single pied-billed grebe. A duckwood green would have been an easy box to check off up north with how frequent mallards are. However, this time of year, many Florida ducks have migrated north, providing this box to be difficult. I did see wood ducks on 3 separate occasions during the challenge, but always missed getting footage. So I had to settle for Muscovy ducks to check off this box. They're a non-native species that developed feral populations throughout Florida. I had 1 box left, the Oriole box. I knew this box would prove to be a challenge. This time of year, most of the Baltimores have migrated, and orchard orioles are just beginning to sprinkle in. I spent several visits to Watermelon Pond and searched for orchards. This is a known location for them in previous years, and several people have already spotted them this year as well. If you talk to any birder, they all have stories of a nemesis bird, That one bird that seems to always get away, and unfortunately, this may be the start of mine. After several visits, I've come up one box short with no Oreo seen throughout this challenge. Despite coming short of a full card, I still had an amazing time traveling to different locations and checking off boxes. I got to see tons of other wildlife and bird species that didn't fit any of the boxes. I'd like to thank Derek and Ryan over at Badgerland Birding for creating a fun challenge for everyone to participate in. I'll leave a link to their channel in the description. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to uploading more wildlife videos in the future. Thanks for watching.